Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program 2. You may recognize the craft on screen here. This is my SR-71 Blackbird that I built in an earlier video. There's a tutorial on how to build your very own version of this on my channel. Be sure to look that up if you haven't watched it already. I think it's really cool. But anyway, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to modify the SR-71 that I built to make it into a space plane. The idea being this thing can get up into orbit, it can deorbit, and it can at least theoretically land. I'm going to say theoretically because my track record as a pilot is not the best, so if I mess up the landing, that doesn't mean failure, that just means I'm a bad pilot. So there are a couple modifications we'll need to make that happen. There's no way to get to orbit with jet engines unless you get going like super fast and then just coast up to orbit, because jet engines won't work in orbit. So we're gonna have to replace the jet engines with rocket engines, and we may also need to add a rocket engine to this tail here. This is gonna be less faithful to the original SR-71 and more of just like, making it do something cool. I may even keep these air intakes just because they look awesome. Yeah, also, some people pointed out on the last video that the SR-71 that I built is the B variant, which is actually the testing variant. And that is why it has this sort of bubble cockpit going on. So thank you to those of you that pointed out. Much appreciated. Okay, so let's begin our modifications here. First of all, I love you jet engines, but you gotta go. We need the big boys for this one. So we're limited to small rocket engines because of the size of this plate. And let's see, so if we look at the Panther, or sorry, the Whiplash, which is what we had on there, its max thrust was 130 kilonewtons. So yeah, we need to roughly match that in our rocket engine. So for example, look at this guy. This is 170. These might be good, like maybe just space capable variants. So you could see our delta V went from 0 to 2,631. So maybe interesting. Do we need more power? Is that it? No. So maybe those aren't efficient enough. We basically want to shoot for a delta V of around 3,800 here. That's 2,100. Do I need like a bigger... Yeah, no. Mainsail. Slap a mainsail on that bad boy. Maybe the Rapiers are the way to go, actually. Nope, apparently not. So we got this, and we got this. Also, the colors are all wrong. Fix that right away. Okay, so 2,631 is pretty close. We're also, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, guys? We're gonna take this back part off for a second. I'm gonna remove this fuel tank and replace it with a cargo bay because I want to add reaction wheels to our craft here. A long cargo bay. Did that connect properly? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's open that up. I want to add reaction wheels, and I also wanted to add like RCS. Or, yeah, the thrusters. So let's go to utility. Small reaction wheel stabilizers. I'm gonna do 2 of them. That kind of lets us tweak our center of mass as well by bringing it further forward, which is pretty cool. I don't think we need 3. And then I assume a battery is required, so I'm gonna just add to this 2 batteries. Oh yeah, she's looking like a spacecraft now. And then close up our cargo bay. Maybe we just try with reaction wheels for this for the first. Well, no, because these engines don't swivel, so we need to we need RCS thrusters. Yeah, these thruster blocks. And I'll just put them like here and here, and maybe I'll put a set back here somewhere, like on the bottom of these engines. Okay, awesome. And then I believe those need their own kind of fuel. They need methane, so maybe I could stick a methane fuel tank in the cargo bay. Just get a little small methane fuel tank here. Yeah, nice. And then the batteries can go on the side of it. And then we can close the cargo bay. Okay, that made us a lot heavier though. Maybe, oh boy, guys. Bad ideas are being had. Maybe I can just like, no, that's not enough boost. What if I do the, wow, that actually helps. I wouldn't actually launch it like this, but just out of curiosity. Yeah, that'll get us into orbit. Yeah, that's absolutely bonkers. So it's still too heavy. Maybe removing the intakes is the only solution. Okay, that didn't really help. Are there too much fuel maybe? I guess we're probably too heavy. So let's see, what else can we modify? Well, actually, there's an easy thing we can modify. If we just remove this, and then remove this, and we take it from being a B variant into a normal SR-71. That saved us a lot. And then it looks like we're still way heavy. So maybe I can, but I need that. Yeah, so just gonna move these for a moment. Gonna remove our cargo bay, stick this on here, and then reconnect. Okay, getting closer, getting closer. So the problem is weight, it seems. We have too much weight. We're too gosh darn heavy. That's why we can't effectively reach orbit. So maybe, what if I move this up to here? Okay, it's, why would you do that? I get rid of these fuel tanks. Okay, that didn't help, so put those back. There we go. 2,559 meters per second. So now let's try again to add small engine 2760. Let's see. If I add the vectors, that doesn't help us. If I add the reliance, 1,543. Ugh, this is difficult. The rapiers obviously won't do the trick. Wait, if I switch them to closed cycle, does it change the delta V? Yeah, it does. Okay, so they're not quite enough. What if, so we put these back and we just directly clone. Oh geez, this is the part where things start to get fun. 3,304. Okay, that didn't help. So, you know what? I'm not above brute force method. I believe that will take us up to orbit. Don't know if we will successfully return. Well, actually, it's woefully unbalanced now as well. So maybe I have to just add these here. Yeah, that helped a little. Well, okay. Hang on. So let's remove all our wonky engines. Lots of control Zing. Okay, there we go. I feel like it doesn't look like the SR-71 anymore, so I'm gonna make a fuel tank here. And that gives us 3157. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not quite good enough. So now 3532, we take this whole thing and rotate it. And we bring it down. And forward. And in. Awesome. 3532. I don't know if it's going to be a problem because of where that engine is located, but that's a later thing. Starting to get a little bit worried about all of the customization I'm doing with this, because it tends to make the game a little upset. And if you do it too much, you know, things start to get hairy. So there we go. 3721 meters per second, delta V. Okay, that's theoretically enough. We've got our 3 banks of engines. We've got, actually, I can probably remove these. The landing gear. Gonna take a gander and say these probably aren't gonna be strong enough to hold the plane up, but who cares? I'm gonna also move this back so we have an easier time taking off. Okay, and then so the SR-71 that I built had some controllability problems. So actually these thrusters are gonna go up here. It just was not the best to control at low speed, so I'm gonna add some really tiny canards to the front here. Make the root length tiny as well. So again, this is like an SR-71 that like escaped Area 51 or something. Let's try this thing out. Let's see what it's capable of. Okay, so good. It sits on the runway. That's good. Let's get into it. Okay, I have a guess, and that is that the engines are blocked. Nice. Let's just sit it down. Just sit down. There she goes. So majestic. The miracle of flight. Okay. Theory number 1. Engines are blocked, so they're not getting any thrust. If that doesn't work, I have had problems with these engines before. Might have to replace them. We'll see what happens. But I'm thinking it's just that they're blocked by the wings, which is an easy fix. We actually might need a little more fuel. So, engine off. Engine off. Oh, now it's 42.99. Okay, well maybe we just leave them off then. And try that. Sure, I don't know. Okay, I don't seem to be getting any thrust out of this. Don't understand why. Perhaps I am doing something wrong? Or am I getting thrust out of it and it's just like really slow? Okay, not sure what's going on there. Revert to the vehicle assembly building. Bizarre. bizarre. Not sure what that's about. So I'm gonna try real quick to add another fuel tank so they're firmly behind the wing. But if that doesn't work, I'm not really sure what the problem is. So let's take them off. Add a little small boy. Okay, 4,369. Looks pretty cool, and it is fortunately pretty well balanced. So let's try it. Let's try it. I also want to know how they built that craft on the loading screen, because I'm not sure I would know how to do that. Okay. It was blocked. So, okay, our goal now is just going to be to climb up to orbit and back. Simple. Shouldn't be too hard. Pitch up. Okay, not going fast enough. Okay, getting closer. Oh, why? Why? Why are the controls reversed? That was weird. That was very weird. I tried to pitch up and it pitched down. I've had a couple. This happened to me a couple times. A lot of old saves, like, they will load weird when you try to reload them, and like stuff breaks randomly. So be careful with your saves. Also, these are annoying me, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick. So we just need to turn this around. For some reason, it doesn't snap properly. There we go. Perfect. Okay, great. Just in case it does that to me again, I'm going to invert the controls. I think I can only do that from the runway. Invert, no, I can do it here. Invert controls. And invert controls. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. I had problems in the original video with this craft not really getting a lot of lift. Yeah, which was really bizarre. Also, I just realized we have triple stabilizers. We probably don't need that. The problem with a configuration like this is when you design aircraft, you have to decide whether you want it to be efficient at low speeds or efficient at high speeds. The reason for that is, like, supersonics. So, what? I'm so confused. Okay, so very confused what just happened. Maybe you know what? I'll take off the canards. Maybe the canards are screwing it up. Yeah, there's basically like big changes in the way that. So that would pitch me up, and that would pitch me down. Well, no. That would cause the nose to go down. That would cause. So actually, okay. These should not be inverted. There we go. Yeah, so I'm pressing the down arrow key now. You can see the back flaps are up, which that will cause the back of the plane to pitch down. And then the front flap is down, which will cause the front of the plane to go up. That's what we want. Well, let's go. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm always getting distracted. When you hit supersonic speeds, the way that air behaves as a fluid changes a lot. The details of why are way too complicated for this video, but you basically have to make a choice on whether you want your efficiency below sonic speeds, like subsonic, or supersonic. There we go. There she goes. Oh, it handles beautifully now. Okay, it's no longer gaining speed, so that's a problem. And why is it twisting? RCS maybe would help. Why are you twisting? Oh no, what is going on? Huh? Okay, I'll give it one more launch attempt. But I think we've got a Kraken infestation on this craft. Oh, it didn't even give me the. Oh, that's not good. It didn't give me the menu. To choose whether to revert or not. Yeah, hypersonics is still an emerging field too, which means that I believe it's Mach 5 plus is the realm of hypersonics, and that stuff is not very well understood. And you know, if you do understand it, the U.S. military is going to want to talk to you. Let's try this thing. I didn't even realize there's all this asymmetrical strut. What is that about? Alright. Let's just try take off, climb, maybe land, maybe not. Really cool looking. These thrusters are, I'm going to take them off. They harm the aesthetic. Awesome. No twisties. Stop. Stop that. Stop. What? Okay. I'm gonna say we have a case of the Kraken on this craft, and it's gonna take some serious troubleshooting. But we have, on paper, a success. We have enough Delta V to reach space. We modified the SR-71 to do it. And we made something really cool in the process. So that is going to do it for this video on Kerbal Space Program 2. The other design of mine I want to revisit is the B2 because it was super fast, super maneuverable, and I think a good candidate for a space plane. But if you guys have any suggestions or videos you want to see, just let me know in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and comment. It does help me out a lot. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.